Today, I'll show you how to create a realistic 3D Earth in Blender. You'll learn which textures to use and how to adjust the lighting. Let's go. First, add a UV sphere to the scene. You can find this under Shift+A arrow mesh arrow UV sphere. Before confirming the sphere, increase the segments and rings by doubling the default values, e.g. from 32 to 64. This will ensure a higher resolution. Since the Earth's real size is impractical, scale the sphere to 10,000 times the Earth's radius. Once the sphere is scaled to the desired size, right-click on it and select Shade Smooth to smooth the surface. To further enhance the smoothness, add a subdivision surface modifier, which can be found in the modifier menu under the wrench icon. Set the values for viewport and render to 2 or 3, depending on your PC. In the next step, give the sphere the appearance of Earth. Go to the Shading tab and create a new material by clicking New. Add an image texture node, Shift+A, Texture, Image Texture. Open a high-resolution world texture, for example from NASA's website, and connect it to the base color input of the principled BSDF shader. The sphere should now display the Earth's surface texture. For more realistic effects, duplicate the world texture by selecting it and pressing Shift+D. Use this new texture for roughness. Load the Land Ocean World texture into the new Image Texture node and change the color space from sRGB to non-color. Connect this texture to the roughness input of the shader. To better control the roughness, add a color ramp between the texture and the shader. Shift+A, Converter, Color Ramp. Adjust the sliders of the color ramp so that oceans appear glossy and landmasses appear matte. This will highlight rivers, lakes, and other details more effectively. Next, switch to the World tab to design the scene's environment. Add a sky texture by editing the background in the shader editor. Set the parameters for air, dust, and ozone to 0 to create a clear sky. Use the sun elevation and sun rotation values to simulate the transition between day and night. Adjust these sliders until the lighting matches your preferences. Alternatively, you can further tweak the sky texture to create a specific atmosphere. Return to the Shading tab and add another image texture. Load a topographic map of Earth into this texture and use it to create realistic surface displacement effects. Add a displacement node, Shift+A arrow vector arrow displacement, and connect the topography texture to the input of this node. Adjust the strength of the displacement node to make mountains and valleys visible without overdoing it. Finally, connect the displacement node to the displacement input of the material output to apply the effects to the surface. To depict nighttime city lights, add a new image texture and load a nightlight map of Earth into it. Connect this texture to an emission shader, Shift+A, Shader, Emission, and then add a mix shader. Combine the emission shader with the principled shader of the Earth by connecting both to the inputs of the mix shader. Use the FAC slider of the mix shader to control the intensity of the night lights. Next, add a camera to the scene, Shift+A, Camera. Position the camera so that the Earth is in focus. Activate the camera view with numpad 0 and use the transformation tools, G to move, R to rotate, to find the perfect perspective. If you want to create an animation, you can set keyframes for the camera. Press I and choose the option to save the position or rotation of the camera. Move the timeline marker, adjust the camera position, and set additional keyframes. Finally, go to the render settings and adjust them for a high-quality output. Choose the Cycles renderer for realistic lighting and shadows. Set the resolution and sampling rate so that your system can handle the scene efficiently. Start the rendering process to export your scene as an image or animation. After rendering, we have our animation. I'm pretty happy with the result, and I hope you were able to learn something from this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and like.